Hi guys, I already posted a video today, but I wanted to talk about something because it's been bothering me for years. I feel like I have never really had friends or anybody, and it's really bothering to me. When I was in high school, I still am in high school, but in my sophomore year of high school, um, at the end of the year, I finally made two best friends, and everything was fine, everything was good. And then at the beginning of this school year, I was going IRL, but then I went back to online once I realized that the new people in the group, because mm, I used to talk a lot in school. I was pretty loud. So I would invite people to like sit down like at my table. I sometimes like I brought like a bunch of cupcakes one time for my friends. Me and my friends were well, I thought we were so close because I would share my monster with them. Like I would get a few sips and they would just like pass the drink around. Usually they'd waterfall it, of course, but it was it was nice. And then I slowly started to realize that my friends were becoming closer with each other than they were with me, and I was kind of just there. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, how can you know that? How can you know that? When I finally went online, I didn't get a single text. Nobody tried to reach out to me or ask how I was. They kind of immediately tried to replace me with a new girl that they had like just met. And that's it. But I still have Kimberly. I haven't seen her in a while because I've been hiding in my house. I think the most I've gone out is um I think Christmas. No. I think it was like I fucking forgot. It was some I went to my uncle's house, not uncle, my grandpa's house. But mm, I don't really I don't really go places. And looking back on it, these new people, sure, I was friendly with them and they were friendly with me, but I don't feel like we were exactly friends now that I think about it because I don't know, they would just never let me in on plans. They would, kind of, they wouldn't avoid me, but it was very much like a lunchbox friend situation. And thankfully, my best friend Kimberly, like she sticks by me, even though we don't talk a lot. And she's going to college now. But yeah. And I think my other best friend, I still consider her a best friend, even though we had a falling out. Her name, I'll just call her Moon for short. But Moon was who I met first, and she got really close with those new people in our group. And I feel so bad because I basically just let my isolation and self-destructive tendencies destroy it. And I think of my friends every single day. I think of those two girls every single day. And I feel like the reason I got so attached and the reason I can't get over us not talking anymore is because when I was a kid, I didn't really have friends. Like, the one person I was friends with was like not. She was like she had just moved from America to America from like Europe or some shit, and I was like the only person really trying to talk to her. And then the popular girls kind of came in and I don't want to say took her away from me because I was very annoying and I still am. And I can understand why people wouldn't want to be my friend, but it still hurt because she was kind of the only girl I had. And then the other girl I had, like in elementary school, her entire friend group hated me because I was always like annoying. I had like undiagnosed a bunch of things, and I was very obnoxious. Very like, I was overweight, I was ugly, I was loud, and I had my hair like bleached, like neon pink, and then I had neon purple. And this was in a suburban, very white place in Florida. So I think before I moved here, I had only seen somebody wearing a hijab once in my life, and at like my middle school and elementary school, there was maybe, I would say, a total of maybe 5 like black people or people of color that like went there. And yeah, so what does this have to do with me being alone? Sorry. I was just trying to paint the picture that I stood out, especially because I was openly bisexual in elementary school. I found that out about me at a very young age, and I told people about it, and I had my first 2 relationships in elementary school with women. So, but it's just upsetting. I feel like no matter what I do, I can't really make friends. Back in Florida, I feel like it was an issue with me being like autistic and like annoying and shit like that and weird. But then I got here, and maybe it's just my insecurities, but I kind of feel like everybody like has their own group of people, and I'm just here because I don't mean to like, I'm not trying to be racist when I say this, but I feel like race unites people in Colorado a lot, which is a good thing. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I feel judged as a white person. I just feel out of place, I guess. But I've always kind of felt out of place, and I feel like it's only amplified when I when I add like my weird interests. I don't behave like normal, and I don't know. I just feel like everything kind of dogpiles, and you know, and it's not like I'm not socializing back. Well, I wasn't. But it wasn't like I wasn't socializing, but back when I was in IRL school, I talked a lot. Not to like well, how do I say this? I would always participate in class. I would always answer questions, and I felt like nobody else would, and it would make me feel really embarrassed because the silence would be pissing me off like a lot. So I'd answer the question, and usually it was like maybe me and one other person answering questions, and it kind of made me feel like an odd one out. Some people would make like weird little comments. I remember one time a group of girls like who I'd never talked to, I was just I said something to my teacher, I forgot, and I don't remember exactly what they said, but they were like, I don't know if antagonizing is the right word, but they were like, yeah, yeah, real name, yeah, right? Like, they were like, it was worse than that. I don't know how to replicate it, and it made me feel really bad about myself. I don't even know what I did to them. I never talked to them in my entire life, and I take things so hard. I can't handle any sort of, like, rejection. I can't handle any sort of, like, anything that indicates in my mind that you don't like me. I'm just gonna believe it, Full stop. Yeah, it upset me. I think also because I was bullied really heavily when I was in middle school and elementary school. I kind of view everything as a threat, and I try not to. And it's not like I was like dressing like weird or anything. Like I wore jeans and I wore my Converse, my red Converse, and then I wore like either my tank top or like a band shirt, and then I'd have my hoodies, my blue hoodies. And that's what I would wear. So I don't know. I was nice to everyone. I'm not like a mean person at all. I'm respectful to my teachers. I'm respectful to my peers and everything. I'm respectful to strangers. Sometimes I would even go out of my way to compliment people. I also, every day I'd go out of my way to like say like hi and like goodbye, have a nice day to like all my teachers, because I feel like things like that matter. And I feel like bring light to people's lives. Maybe it's just because I don't really have much light in mine that I think about it a lot, but it's not hard to do. And I don't know. I don't know though. I feel like the only place I can really be accepted, as cringe as it sounds, is like online, because there's like hyper specific groups of people that like the same morbid things as me and struggle with the same things I do and kind of understand what I'm going through. We're going through it together, It's just upsetting. I don't know.